salty little cock gobblers. This is a new idea about taking the engine and transmission out together. We've never done it like this before, but the advantages are, you'll notice that most of the cooling system is still dressed on the engine, and the front pipe here is still dressed on the engine. And of course the transmission is still attached, so you don't have to disturb that. And both cats are on, because what allows you to do this is taking the axles out. And that is how you pull an engine and a transmission together. This arrangement we have of supporting it there with the cherry picker and there with the transmission jack that's actually a motorcycle jack. Not the best plan, but it seems to work. As I say, we've never done it this way before, but it made sense since this whole drivetrain is going into another van. So we took them both out together. And we'll see. There you go. Hi kids, I'm standing in the shadow of the world's largest ball of twine. No, that's not true. I'm under a van, like always. Anybody want to learn how to diagnose an axle? This axle is fine so far as I can tell, but you're under your van, you've got it up in the air a little bit. If you're going in here to diagnose an axle, you can actually put your hand on it and you can turn it a little bit, if not a lot. And of course you're also looking for tears in the boot and the leaking grease that would result. So as I rotate the wheel, you can see that, and you're looking, if you had both hands on, or a hand on one side and a hand on the other, you'd be looking for a discrepancy in the amount of turn. But that's how you would assess an axle, looking for play, and enough play so that if you imagine when the thing is under load, it's loaded in one direction. When it's not under load, it's loaded in the other direction. That play would allow it to chatter. And of course, a bad axle, the near universal symptom, at least on this van, is a speed-dependent vibration that goes away immediately when you let off the accelerator. Okay, here's a fun one for you sexy little kittens. Let's say, for some reason, you need to move the van and there's no power, or the shifter won't come out or whatever. I just want to show you how to manually release this shifter. Right there is the shifter cable. As you can see, the cable goes that way and it just pulls, and that's it. To get this thing off, just pull straight up on it. You can reach it from under the coolant bottle without having to do anything. There we go. That's how it basically works. As it's forwardmost to the case of the transmission, park, 1 is reverse, 2 is neutral and drive, and then there's more positions back there, but you just have to count your clicks. So if you're trying to roll the van, you can do that. If you had I don't know, there's a lot of conditions where you might need to get to that. And when you go to put it back together, you just simply push it back on really hard, and the ball locks into the bottom of the thingy there, and that's it. That's all you got to do. All right, what we're doing here is a leak down test where I've got 80 pounds. Let's give it a little bit more. Say 85 pounds in number 2 here, and it's going in, but I am putting my hand over the output of the cat, obviously, and I can feel it. It's actually blowing. This is what I'm looking for, is a cracked exhaust valve that's letting it straight out. It explains the low compression numbers. I think what we have here is a cracked exhaust valve. There, I want to show you what this looks like. So I happen to have one. This is not a common problem, but it's something we have now seen 3 times. And in fact, I saved a head. I was testing this earlier. So I was trying to see if I could get a borescope down here to actually physically look at it. This is the same cylinder, number 2, and you can see what happens. It's always that valve. You can see that valve is cracked, it leaks the air past it, Bob's your uncle, and that's it. So I think we're gonna need a new head. So let's say you're chasing a problem with intermittent electrical to coils or fuel injectors, and it may be fixable without soldering kind of thing. So basically, three to the coils, 1 to each injector, so there's 6. Then there's 3 more coils in the other bank and 3 there. But they all terminate in this plug that lives on the side of the engine. It's a big old honking thing. This is the other end of it. And this joins it to the main bundle that'll work its way back to the computer. The way this works is quite tricky to get apart. So there's a red tab that locks it in, and then this is a little wheel that spins and drives it together. This plastic piece slides back, and you have to kind of worry at it. But this piece, you could get this off any engine. This side of it's all generic. So if you were chasing a difficult problem where you had an intermittent coil, or rather than do a layover where you lay the wire over all the way back, I mean, you might, I don't know. It's just something to know. And now you know. I'm glad you know. Bye.